Are we rolling now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
cool.
So first things first, could you just state your name for the record?
Should I say my name is Louis McGehee?
Yes.
Like that?
And your occupation other than the plumbing?
Occupation? Gosh, I hope entertainer is the right word to use. But musician is my occupation. I started to play guitar in 1959. I was 7 years old. And a guitar was left at my house by one of my parents' friends, and I just picked it up and started messing with it. So he came and got the guitar, unfortunately, but my parents bought me one subsequently for Christmas, and yeah, and I started messing with it.
It's golden, reflections bounce off my window, stare across the room and I wonder if today will be like the others. It's a pity to know that I can't go, can't go, can't go, I can't go.
I didn't really start playing music till I was about 9. So for 2 years I just walked around and acted like I was playing guitar, you know. The original sort of air guitar.
I don't read no paperback novels.
Let me see, I realized I could make a living playing guitar when I was well into my 30s. Because it's very risky stuff. I mean, I had no intention of playing music at the level that I do now. I played guitar, you know, all through junior high and high school in different bands. Went to college and got my degree in philosophy. Was headed to law school, took the LSATs, and decided to take 2 years off because I'd started writing songs while I was in college, in undergrad, and thought one or two things. I could either make it big as a singer-songwriter, that was the goal, or I'd get out of the business because there was not a lot of, from what I could see, a lot of in between. You either hit the big time or you starved. So my goal, of course, was, as everybody's, was to get a record contract or a publishing deal and try to, you know, hit the big time. I started giving lessons out of necessity, out of business necessity. I opened a retail music store in 1985 because I wasn't sure at that point that I was going to be able to sustain myself playing music, gigging. So I thought I'd protect myself by getting into the retail side of music. One of the things that we had to offer in my shop was lessons. So I started teaching there out of necessity. I feel like it would help generate business on the retail end. And I was a reluctant teacher. I didn't really see myself as a teacher. But I did that for 4 years in the store. And then I sold the store and just kept teaching because I started, by that time I was kind of into it.
It disappears and I can't go.
In a given week, I do, you know, probably 30 to 35 hours of lessons. So it's pretty much like a full-time gig. Should I answer the phone?
I'm just gonna
It's business.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah. Stop that.
Hello. Now the cool thing is with many of my students that they've actually stuck with it and grown up and, you know, gone to school and everything and start playing on their own. And I got this kid, Jason Potts, for example, who has sat in with me on a number of gigs, done his own thing, and really, really good player. And,
name is Jason Potts. I've been playing guitar for about 10 years now. Been taking lessons from Louis for about 5 years now. As far as I'm concerned, for your money's worth, for lessons or a gig, seeing him live, he's hands down the most talented guitar player around here that I've ever seen or met. You know, it's not just, like I said, your typical progression. You know, it's just little licks and riffs in there that, you know, kind of make the audience, you know, suddenly listen real quick. You know what I mean? It grabs your attention a lot. And now that I'm starting to develop that on my own a little more, he's really helping me with songwriting. A little more of the theory-based stuff, you know, where to go from this chord to this chord, and changing it up so it's not just your typical everyday stuff. He's really helped with composition a lot now, and so that's kind of where we're headed still when I take lessons.
Cool. That's all one little exercise. Do it till you get sick of it.
Okay.
Or past the point of getting sick of it. Way beginners, people who've never picked up a guitar before, to people that have been playing for 30, 40 years at some level or another. There's a lot of adults who, you know, played when they were in high school and then piddled with it as they were having children, and then the kids get older and they say, you know, I want to pick up a guitar again, but this time figure out what I'm really doing. So I've got consequently all ages of people too. 7 is about the youngest student that I will take. And I think my oldest student now is about 70. That's it. I teach here during the day, go to my gigs at night, and very seldom travel further than, you know, outside of maybe a 100-mile radius. Most of my gigs even closer than that, probably within a 20-mile radius. So I'm pretty much home every night, and that's helped keep things together. Plus I had kids, and I wanted to be here for them, and they became an extra incentive.
I mean, as much as he likes his music and guitar and stuff, his family has absolutely always come first. You know, one of his daughters right now is a student at UVA, and he goes up there. She's in one of the choirs up there. He makes trips up there to see her in concert. His other daughter, his youngest daughter, runs track for Great Bridge. He's always at the track meets and stuff like that.
So you have 5 daughters?
4.
4 daughters.
4 daughters.
And how many of them play music?
They all play, just some to greater degrees than others. My 3rd daughter, Casey, plays more than anybody. She's at UVA right now. And she's gigging in Charlottesville and singing in an a cappella group. And she may want to pursue music in some capacity.
Okay, I started playing piano when I was 7 years old, and I started singing with him around the same time. But I started out doing classical music on piano, but I just started incorporating both of them together and with him when I was about 14, so about 5 years ago. How my dad is like my hero. I know that's so like cliche to say, but he really is. He does exactly what I want to do someday in life, and I can only like dream of becoming as great a musician and like father, even though I wouldn't be a father obviously, but parent as he is.
All right, you feel me?
Oh yeah.
Are we ready to rock?
Of course.
We were born to rock.
So driven, then you find you've gone too far. Look through tunnel vision, but you don't know where you are. You're standing at the crossroads.